Hello YouTube! We're back for another one. So, last one we were on the tail of Phantom Thief B. Now we need to find some Steelbird. Check notes. Can we... Oh, it's not showing up. Here it is. On our card. Lego's table. On the bottom of the white burden of the steel bird perched at the water's edge. Guessing that's gonna be the port. It says water's edge. Is it not here? Asked my wife if there's anything she wanted during the festival, but she said she didn't want anything. Just being with you is enough to make me happy, she said. Makes me blush just thinking about it. Still, it only comes around once a year, so I'm thinking about booking a table for us at a nice restaurant. I'm out working from dawn till dusk, so I think she gets pretty lonely at home without me. That's why I'm hoping we can actually spend some time together during the festival. Yeah, sounds good. Little bird at the water's edge. There we go. Yeah, crane. Right, it's a crane, so it's a steel bird. Right. Steel bird perched at the water's edge. Last clue seems to be like it might be referring to the crane here in Heimdall Port. And that would make its white burden these containers. Can't see a card attached to any of them though. The clue did say it would be on the bottom. Perhaps we should discuss this with whoever's in charge here and ask him to check the containers for us. That'd be Port Chief Danberto. I met him earlier today. Let's see if he's willing to help us. Group A explained the situation to Port Chief Danberto, who agreed to check all of the white containers for them. Just as they'd predicted, a card was found affixed to the bottom of one of the containers. How the devil did that get stuck to the bottom like that? He wouldn't have been able to attach it without lifting the container, and that would have meant using the crane. But when did he do it? None of us ever noticed anything suspicious. Well, he is supposed to be a master of disguise, right? Maybe he disguised himself as one of the workers here. I can only guess how he might have done it, but it's definitely not something a normal person could pull off. That aside, what does the card say? Oh yeah, let's see. The final key is also hidden near the water's edge. The Crimson Crow you seek sleeps within a black ark, nestled in the steel car that marches with the minutes. The tram, right? This one's just as obtuse as the others, though it's also even near the water's edge. From all indications, I'd say the next one is here on the port too. It says final key and Crimson Crow, so at least there's that. Yeah, looks like this is the last one. Is that from the Crimson Crow? Crimson Crow. Any final clue appears to point to Hamlet Port. Crimson Crow, you seek, sleeps within a black ark nestled in the steel car that marches with the minutes. There's a clock here somewhere. Oh. Literally in the port though. Ah, the tram here. Yeah, I did say it was a tram. Crimson Tiara should be somewhere in Heimdall Port. Sure it should be on the tram. Oh. The steel car. I guess that's the last clue refers to the Orville tram. That seems to be like the best fit. What about marching with the minutes? Tram schedule, of course, arriving and departing at preset times. Heimdall Port is the starting and ending point of all the trams in the city. They could say the tram here is waiting for its appointed time. That makes sense. In a weird way. I guess it's the place then. Let's get the driver's permission to have a look inside. Excuse me, do you think you could do us a favor? Sure, what do you need? Finn explained the situation to the tram driver and asked permission to search inside the tram. The infamous Phantom Thief B hid something in this tram car? Yes, we believe that to be the case. Wow, really? Well, I get where you're coming from. Go on and look around as much as you want. Thanks for your cooperation. Oh. I mean, pretty obvious. I want to make sure what we could see here. I mean, this is pretty obvious. Looks like this must be the black ark mentioned on the card. Our Phantom Thief appears to have taken no pains to hide it. It isn't kind of weird that the driver didn't notice it? Maybe Phantom Thief B left it here not too long ago. I wouldn't be so sure. Anyway, let's have a look inside. Inside the black case rested Tiara embedded with dazzling carnelians. Yep, this is it. This is the storied Crimson Tiara. That's such a fiery glow. Wow, so this thing's worth 100 million mira. Huh? I'm almost afraid to handle it. Yeah, we gotta be really careful about getting this back to the jeweler safely. On Crimson Tiara.
So
Are you
the tiara really
Thief?
was in there, huh? Now I'm wondering if the last passenger who stepped off the tram was Phantom Thief B himself.
Nah, you
I
are.
don't remember there being any unusual passengers on board, though.
I see. So you have no idea who Phantom Thief B could have been then?
To have done so much and yet left no trace of his presence. He must truly be a master at covering his tracks.
Come on, Reen.
I'll say. But hey, at least we were able to get the tiara back. I suppose that's good enough.
Reen knows. He knows.
What's wrong, Reen?
Why are you staring at me like that?
I think it's time we put an end to this little charade. Don't you? Baron Blue Blanc? Or should I call you Phantom Thief?
Finally! Finally!
What?
This laugh.
This savory taste is why the unripe fruit is the most delectable of all.
Wait, aren't you the Baron we met earlier? But that mask...
Dun dun dun.
That's the mask of Phantom Thief B.
Allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Phantom Thief Blue Blanc, otherwise known simply as Phantom Thief B. Baron Blue Blanc is but one of the many roles I have assumed during my pursuits. Incidentally, might I ask when you first discovered my true identity?
When he bumped into you.
It didn't really take much discovering. You went out of your way to show up in the Crystal Garden after all.
True?
Now, maybe it's just me, but I find it hard to believe you were seriously trying to hide your identity to begin with.
Yeah, it didn't really care much.
Your disguises? Nothing short of perfect, I have to admit. But with all the work you've put into this, I suspected you might come check on us near the end of your little game.
Yeah.
I see. Excellent deductive reasoning. Simply splendid.
But why would you do something like this? Why go to all the trouble?
Ah, does that interest you? Must there be a motive?
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Now that we know your identity, there's nothing more to discuss.
Oh.
Theft is a crime.
Indeed, a crime we will not allow to go unpunished.
Ah, what spirited youths you are.
What?
Nope.
How did he do that?
A day.
Just a little trick I like to keep up my sleeve. Regardless, you have provided me with plenty of sport and more than enough entertainment for one day. I'll be watching your future achievements with keen interest. Ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again, I bid you
Adieu.
He disappeared again.
That's quite a little trick.
Yep.
You might still be nearby. Let's search the area.
He and the others scoured the area for the Big B, but try as they might, they found no trace of him. After reporting the details of the incident to City Hall, they tracked back to the jewelers to return the tiara. There we go. Back in its rightful spot. I can't believe you were able to recover the tiara safely. How can I ever thank you? I almost get the impression we're the reason he stole it in the first place. Maybe we should apologize to you. Oh no, not at all. Phantom Thieves B's conquests have always seemed rather capricious. I imagine he just decided to use all of you as a convenient excuse for his latest escapade. Been now fixated on us he seemed, I don't think that's all likely. Well, better not say anything. Yeah, I agree. Indeed, the last thing we want is to cause more confusion here. I'm afraid I can't offer you much, but please take these as a token of my thanks. Ooh. I mean, you're a jeweler. They probably have some extra mirror on the side you could have given us. It's a lot of Sepit. Are you sure it's alright to give us that much? It almost feels like more than we deserve. No, this is a jewelry boutique, after all. We have more Sepit lying around than we know what to do with. Well, that does make sense. Thank you very much. Think nothing of it. It's the least I could do after all you've done for us. Thank Adius. Looks like we'll be able to keep our jobs after all. It's no time to relax. I'm going to have to be extra careful to make sure no one lays a finger on it again. Okay. Thank you so much for all you've done for us today. We'll be implementing even stricter security protocols so that what happened today will never happen again. I'm glad to see Tiara came back safely after all. Glimmered so beautifully though. Can see why the thief wanted it. You guys got it back? Amazing. You're all students, right? What kind of school do you go to where you learn how to bust thieves? It is a military academy. Thank goodness. It seems like we may be able to keep our jobs after all. What do you think Phantom Thief B could have been trying to do by stealing a tiara? I have no idea. messing with us. I've heard that he refers to his crime as the liberation of beauty. I have no idea what purpose sending clues to the locations of items he stolen is supposed to serve. Thank you so much for all your help. Everyone here is extremely grateful for what you did. Okay, so... there you go. Now what? Oh, that was quite exhausting. Phantom Thief B was even more unpleasant fellow than I had expected. Annoying to think his smug face was watching us the whole time. Yeah, though his name is pretty well known around here. He was plainly suspicious when we first met him, but I didn't suspect he'd prove this much of a troublemaker. Something wrong, Reem? I was just thinking, he must be incredibly skilled. He disguised himself so well that he was virtually unrecognizable, not to mention all those other things he did. This were martial arts we were talking about? He'd definitely be at a master level. I can't disagree. True? Why would someone like that try to mess with us? Oh, specifically asked for Group A too. Though I can't imagine why. Hold on. Is my father again? Class 7, Group A, Green Shores are speaking. Hello, sounds like you've been busy keeping yourselves busy. I know it's you, Instructor Sarah. Oh, get it in one! How'd you guess? Don't tell me. Is it your smoldering love for your tragically beautiful teacher? I have many feelings about you, but love would be stretching it. Anyway, you don't usually call us while we're out on a field study. Something wrong? Actually, there's somewhere I'd like Group A to go. When you finished up what you have to do in your field study, I'd like you to head over to the Sank District. Okay, let's see. That's where Aimdal Cathedral and the embassies are, right? I think Elise Academy is somewhere around there too. Yeah, that's the place. I want you all assembled outside Santa Straya schools at 5 o'clock. Group B will be there too. What? Don't worry, I've already informed the governor about this, so go ahead and enjoy yourselves. Anyway, have fun. Toodles! Hey, hold on it! What's wrong now? Sounds as though the instructor is being her usual irresponsible self again. Pretty much. I don't know what she's thinking. Queen explained to the rest of the team that they were to assemble at Santa Straya's girls' school by 5 o'clock. Oh, I know where that is. That Girls' Academy for Nobles, isn't it? Isn't that the one your sister attends? I have a few acquaintances who attend there myself. But I can't imagine why she'd have us all meet there. Girls' Academy, huh? I'm kinda curious. Sure she has her reasons. Weird ones, probably. It's almost evening, so we should finish up here and start heading over. Best way to get to Sank District is by tram, right? Yeah, doesn't matter where we catch the tram for it, it will pass through there. Almost dread to think what we'll have to do when we get there, though. Sank District has been added to the list of locations selectable from any of the capital's tram shops. Oops. Okay. So it doesn't seem like anything here has changed. Guess it's time for us to go to Sank District. I doubt we'll have time to do anything else once we've arrived at the Sank District. We get going. Traveling to the Sank District will cause the main story to advance. So I think we're done everything. I don't think there's gonna be anything else. I mean, we went through all of the areas, so I figure there was a random side quest. We got it. Just here. Face. There we go. Yeah. Also sank district. Oh. You're all looking.
They were wearing the same uniform as Reen's sister.
Yep.
Yeah, they must go to St. Estrella too.
So, the famous St. Estrella Girls' School is around here, huh? It's supposed to be a combined middle and high school exclusively for the young ladies of the nobility.
Yeah, this is one part of the capital that the masses have no reason to visit. Although, I can at least support the school's commitment to fostering chastity and rejecting materialism.
You seem to know an awful lot about a fancy girls' school.
Lol. Yeah, why did you know so much, Marcus?
No, I don't. This is all just common knowledge.
Anyway, let's go and wait by the front gate.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, those were the instructor's orders.
I wonder who'll be there, though.
I'm feeling kind of nervous, actually.
Why, Elliot? Why are you nervous, Elliot?
Why would you?
To men, this academy must seem clad in the mysterious, impenetrable aura of feminine nobility.
Indeed.
I was wondering, did you not want to come here, Laura?
My father did recommend it to me, but they offered no classes in the martial arts.
Oh, there you go. So she's not
That
interested.
alone was reason enough to look elsewhere.
I can totally understand that.
Though I get the feeling Laura would cause a real uproar if she went to a school for genteel young ladies.
Yeah, she would be the king of the school. Not queen, king. Also wondering why Angelica would join this place. This place would be like perfect for Angelica.
Yeah, I can picture the chaos now.
Oh?
Tico, considering this game as like at least at this point like 5 or 6 branching storylines, this is the only one that is high school setting.
I have a number of acquaintances who attend there, and from all I hear, it does seem to be a wonderful school. I've heard that even Princess Alphen herself is a student there.
Uh-huh.
I've heard that too.
I mean, the others don't have a high school setting.
Princess who?
Princess who?
You've seriously never heard of her? I know you're not from Erebonia, but even still.
I mean, we've heard plenty about her during our wanderings about, so you should have heard from her at this point. No? I think you should have.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if plenty of Erebonians didn't know who she is.
Princess Alphen is the daughter of our reigning emperor, His Majesty Emperor Eugent. She's supposed to be as sweet as an angel and popular with everyone.
Oh yeah. Supposedly, she's as sweet as an angel.
Is that so?
Actually, I believe she's the same age as Fee.
Oh?
I've had the opportunity to meet her once before. She truly is as charming as the rumors suggest.
I figured as much. I've seen photographs of her plenty of times in magazines, though I've never had the opportunity to meet her.
I had the opportunity to meet her.
Sounds like she's in the same school year as Elise, come to think of it.
Hmm.
She has a twin brother, too, Prince Cedric. He's the crown prince of Erebonia.
Oh.
Oh, right. I think I've seen a picture of the prince in a magazine before. Dark blonde hair, like Eustace's brother, right?
Oh, I think you're thinking of Prince Oliver.
Oh.
He's Cedric and Alphen's older brother.
Why isn't he the crown prince then?
I've heard the reason is that his mother was a commoner. It seems like a stupid reason to deny him the right of succession, but that's how nobles do things.
I feel like I've been hearing his name a lot lately.
Yep.
He made a big splash when he came back from Liberl aboard that airship. You know the one, right?
What was the name again?
You must be referring to his return aboard the Arcel, after the crisis in Liberl was put to rest.
Yeah, I heard they are going to do a Trails of Sky remake, so that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It really made a big impact. I'd never seen an airship that looked so white and elegant before.
Are there that many airships? For you to be able to see more of them? Oh right, there are, because you have the military ones.
I believe my father went to welcome the prince back in his capacity as imperial governor, too. And yeah, now that you mention it, that does seem to be when I started hearing his name around a lot more.
Oh, you're all here already.
Oh? Who's that?
You made it.
Listen.
It's good to see you all again.
You're a bunch of early birds, aren't you?
Oh.
Well, we just about finished up everything we had to do when we got the call to meet here.
Were you able to finish up everything on your end, too?
Yep.
As if we'd leave any loose ends. If not for our unfamiliarity with the city, we would have been finished this morning.
Every time.
Looks like getting these two to kiss and make up will be an uphill battle.
Nah, they're already friends.
Well, some say that when someone gets under your skin, it means you really care about what they think.
Wait. Did you two?
Yes, they made up.
I figured the girls would be the first to notice.
Of course. I apologize for any worry I've caused you.
We're fine now.
Yeah.
Really? That's great! It sure is. Maybe after this field study is over, we can get together and spend the night talking in one of our rooms.
Maybe.
Sounds good.
The thought of a Class 7 pajama party makes me a little embarrassed.
Why, Laura?
That's girls for you.
Girls and sleepovers go together like jam and toast, huh?
Oh?
That must be Heimdall Cathedral's bell. It has a solemn, stately sound, wouldn't you say?
It sounds so different from how it does in the Ost district. Though that makes sense considering the distance.
That bell ringing must mean it's 5 o'clock, which means it's almost the time we were supposed to meet here.
I mean, literally the time you were supposed to meet here.
Rain?
Oh. It's Lee.
Elise, what are you doing here? Wait, I guess this is your school, so where else would you be?
Yes. I see all of your classmates are with you too.
Yep.
It's only been a week since we saw you, hasn't it?
Well, we were told to meet here.
Yep. Totally intended.
Wait a minute.
Oh?
Are you the ones?
Which one?
The 9 guests I was told to expect at 5 o'clock sharp?
Well, there are 9 of us in Class 7. Wait, what?
Yes.
Then that would mean you're the one we were told wanted us to come here?
Oh.
Actually, I suspect that would be a friend of mine.
Ah. I know exactly who it is.
Why does she always have to be such a mischief maker? I swear. She could have at least given me a little warning that you were coming.
Elise?
Anyway, where are my manners? Welcome to St. Estrella Girls' School. I hope you'll enjoy
That's a
your
troublemaker.
visit. Right this way.
I like her character though. The one we're about to meet. Finally. We're finally meeting her. Soon. Hey, boys! I don't think I've seen that uniform before. That uniform's from Thor's Military Academy. My brother studied there when he was younger. Oh, isn't that the military academy Emperor Darkles formed? Ever they allow commoners there. Oh my, isn't that Lady Laura? She always looks so gallant. Do you think she's transferring here? That blonde boy who uses Dux Alvarez's son is so regal. You think that boy is a foreigner? He's so tall. Oh, that redhead is so cute. That silver-haired girl looks like she needs a hug. Blonde girl seems so cultured. Which family do you think she's from? The older guys has such an amazing figure. If I had curves like that, I couldn't read everything. I can feel their stares boring holes in my head. I didn't no mind. They certainly do seem to be the stars of the show today. And Laura's as popular as ever. Can't say that being admired doesn't feel nice, but please don't be too hard on them. We don't have many opportunities to meet people from outside school. Think that boy in the front is a commoner? I'm not sure, but either way, he looks so handsome. Do you think they know Elise? Actually, you're right. This is kind of uncomfortable. Are they all the same age as you, Elise? I don't know and I don't care. Frozen Garden.
What's in here?
It looks like an indoor garden. This is the Academy's Rose Garden. The person who called you here is waiting inside. Who did call us here anyway?
You're
Whoever
about
they
to
are,
find
they
out.
must have considerable social standing.
Uh-huh.
Your Highness, I brought the guests.
Spoilers, Elise.
Thank you. Please show them in.
Oh,
No way.
Hey, Elise, is that...
You don't need to ask when you already know. Now, if you'll follow me.
Spoilers, Elise.
I knew it.
That laugh, though.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. My name is Alphin. Alphin Rice Arner. It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
Meet royalty. Really going up in the world, huh? Meeting royalty? Lots of roses, though.
Come on, Elise, cheer up. I'm sorry, alright? I was only trying
Only a little.
Don't you have something you wanted to discuss with everyone? Please, go right ahead.
Someone sulking.
Well, that aside, it's been a long time since I last saw both of you, Eustace and Laura.
Huh.
I'm glad to see you're both well.
Likewise, Your Highness.
You've become even more fetching since we last met.
Aw, thank you.
Uh,
I was rather hoping that you'd decide to enroll in Sanctus Dryad too. But it seems you chose to attend Thor's after all.
yep.
Well, I've committed myself to following the way of the sword, and Thor's gives me a place to hone my skills. I apologize for not being able to live up to your expectations.
First I lost Angelica to Thor's, then you too.
Oh, really? You wanted Angelica here? That would have been amazing, though. Just imagine Angelica in this school.
Perhaps I should just transfer there next year myself.
Ah, just do it.
Your Highness. Got you to look.
Waited.
But Well, she seems lively.
She seems far more easygoing than I was expecting.
I've heard plenty about her, but none of that prepared me for meeting her in person.
So, this is what it's like to be in the presence of royalty. It's actually rather overwhelming.
Why?
I can see why people always compare her to an angel.
I mean, with what she's been going on about? Really?
Me too. Please don't worry about me. Well, I still have much to learn before I feel like I deserve my status among the nobility. I've been blessed with wonderful friends, and I'm enjoying life here at the Academy.
That's one of her wonderful friends.
Well, she does seem to have at least one wonderful friend. Kind of an understatement when that friend happens to be Princess Elfin.
I'm particularly happy to finally be able to meet you, Reen Schwarzer.
Oh?
Elise has told me so much about you. Your Highness!
I'm honored that you'd say so. Elise always mentions in her letters what a great friend she has. As her brother, I wanted to thank you for that.
Reen. Oh, it's so refreshing. You're every bit the person Elise says you are. Perhaps even more so.
Huh?
Actually, I have a teensy-weensy favor to ask.
Yeah. I know what the favor is.
Do you think I could join Elise in thinking of you as my dear brother as well?
Oh, wait. Not the favor I was expecting.
What?
Your Highness! You see, Elise has spoken of you so often that in my heart, you've already come to feel like family. And now that I've had the opportunity to meet you, I fear I simply can't suppress these feelings any longer. I have two brothers already, of course, so I'm sure it won't take long to adjust.
I couldn't possibly. I mean...
That's enough, Your Highness.
That's enough.
Aw,
The
don't
scary
be so
smiles.
stingy. Surely it wouldn't hurt to share him with me a little. Anyway, that aside,
She's really a one-person show.
the reason I called you here today was not to talk with me.
Oh?
There is someone else who would like to meet you. Why? It's not like we're famous.
Who do you mean? Hey, isn't that...
A guitar? No, a lute?
Oh, I know who it is.
Oh, it seems he's arrived. Oh,
I apologize for keeping you waiting.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
And you as well, young lady? Well, I trust everyone here has been making themselves comfortable?
Who's this guy?
Who's this guy? He's just perfect as well.
I'm not sure, though I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
I serve as a music instructor in the hallowed halls of this fine academic institution.
Really?
In truth, I am ever on the hunt for that elusive mayfly we call love. But that might raise eyebrows at a girls' school. But whose pulse would not quicken wandering into this untainted cloister of dew-eyed maidens? Ah, the romance.
Could he be?
Really?
That's quite enough.
They really did the straight the straight man Tsukomi. He even had the pen.
Any more of that, and our guests may start edging toward the exit.
Ah, I can always count on you to never miss a beat, my dear sister.
Wait. So this is...
Prince Oliver.
Whoa.
Indeed. Tis I, Olivert Rice Arner, also known by some unscrupulous individuals as the debaucherous prince. I also serve as Thor's Military Academy's ornamental chairman of the board.
Yeah, there it is. Chairman of the board. I knew he was the chairman.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
Washer's Prince. Oh, now he's actually dressed. Minion room. Oh, Elise also changed clothes. Oh, and
I
Alpin as
have
well.
to admit, I was surprised to learn that you're the chairman of the board of directors, Your Highness. I'd heard that the chairman was a member of the imperial family, but still.
I'm not surprised. Who would expect the infamous prodigal son to chair a committee at a prestigious academy like Thor's? I suppose it's not surprising they'd rather keep it hushed up, though. It wouldn't exactly be great for the school's image.
That's surprisingly forthright coming from you. Is it really true, though? I mean, that you were the one responsible for establishing Class 7, Your Highness?
Indeed, I was. You see, it's always been a tradition that a member of the imperial family serves as chairman of the board. At first, I wore the title in name only, but I had a change of heart after my vacation in the Burl 2 years ago.
Yeah, I really need to play the Sky. Is that Vacation in the World is the Sky series?
You were in Liberl back
Trails of
then?
the Sky. Trails in the Sky.
That would put your visit during the incident that occurred there, correct?
Yeah, he was also an active participant, I think.
Right. All I've done since I returned to Erebonia has been inspired by my experience during the crisis in Liberl. As a result, fruitless though they may prove to be, I've set a number of plans in motion. One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's Military Academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will.
Winds of change, huh?
I can only assume you're referring to our class?
Then the one who decided to throw both commoners and nobles into the same class was...
Yep,
Yes, the idea was mine.
royalty.
Although the selected students also had to have a high aptitude with the Arcus units too.
I think I'm finally starting to understand the reasoning behind Class 7. And why we're being sent all over Erebonia on these field studies.
To show us firsthand and give us cause to consider the conflict between the two factions.
Not just that.
That is the purpose behind our field studies. Is it not, Your Highness?
That is one of the reasons, yes.
Yeah. Because you're also doing some other work that is lacking personnel in Erebonia.
However, my foremost intention was to show you that during your lives, you will encounter many obstacles and conflicts. Not just between factions, but between the capital and the provinces, tradition and technology, even between nations. In these turbulent times, I thought that this would provide the hands-on education today's promising youths need. We need up-and-comers who can think and act independently to face tomorrow's challenges head-on.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a plan.
I can't help but feel a little unsure whether we can live up to such high expectations.
Just believe in yourself, Elliot.
Hearing your explanation has, at the very least, cleared up many of the doubts I've had up to this point.
Class 7 does seem like an ideal environment to expand one's outlook on life.
Very diverse.
I feel like going through everything we have so far has brought us closer to doing exactly that. Yep.
Marvelous. I'm so pleased to hear it.
You'll need Emma to open up and tell us more about herself.
Just listening to you makes me feel even more certain that establishing Class 7 was the right decision. Especially since while the idea itself was mine, I have no real say in how the classes run day to day. Even so, I still hope to meet all of you at least once, if only to tell you all this. And that was when Alphen stepped in and offered to set up this little meeting.
Couldn't you have set up the meeting though? Do you actually needed your sister to do it?
I see. Well, I could hardly refuse such a sincere request from my brother.
And you're still royalty.
But it also presented me a fine chance to finally meet Elise's beloved brother, as I've always wanted to. Your Highness.
Thank you for taking the time to tell us all of this, Your Highness. I feel like now that I know, I want to live up to the promise you saw in Class 7.
Yeah.
Thing is, am I right in assuming that Class 7 doesn't exist just to fulfill your progressive ideal?
Yeah.
What do you...
Oh?
The board has its chairman, of course, but 3 directors besides.
Yeah.
My older brother Rufus, Imperial Governor Karl Regnitz, and Irina Reinford of the Reinford Group.
Oh, yeah.
They all have their own interests.
Now that you mention it.
They do seem to have certain expectations for us.
Precisely. As I mentioned, I no longer have anything to do with how Class 7 is run. That authority lies with the directors. As you're keenly aware, Rufus and Governor Regnitz sit on opposite sides of the factional divide.
Do they though?
And while Chairman Irina is mostly involved with Class 7, and it's those 3 who decide where you'll travel for your field studies.
Is that right?
When you put it that way, it does make it seem like some kind of bargaining is taking place behind the scenes.
Bargaining.
It was one of the conditions they gave in exchange for allowing Class 7 to be established. I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country.
Are you going to say the line? That's the question.
Well, I suppose when I put it that way, it sounds positively heroic. But that's just me. Don't feel too pressured by it. Your students, first and foremost. Reach out and grab that fragrant rose of school life. Join a club. Eat cheap food with your friends at midnight. Fall in love. We live but once. Make your youth count.
Yeah. No pressure.
You know, it's weird, but hearing you say that kind of takes a load off my mind.
By the way, just earlier you said that we believed the Class 7 would be a great light.
Who's we?
Is there someone else involved with Thor's who shares your vision for our class, Your Highness?
There is. Principal Van Dyke.
Oh.
I once attended Thor's myself and studied under him. He gave my proposal to establish Class 7 his full backing.
Nice.
I see.
He's been particularly considerate toward us ever since we arrived at the Academy.
While he has no direct control over the running of the Academy, he does preside over the board meetings. And above all, he's the one who assembled an excellent team to give you first-rate training.
Oh.
An excellent team, you say?
Are you referring to Instructor Sarah?
Not just Instructor Sarah, I suppose.
Well, she's certainly one of them. Still, coaxing her away from her former line of work certainly played a large part in giving Class 7 a great foundation. She is, after all, one of the strongest people in the Empire, and her experience makes her a natural field leader.
Yes, we also don't know much, at least. Sarah hasn't talked much about her past.
Wait, what?
Yeah?
Instructor Sarah? One of the strongest people in Erebonia?
Yeah.
Exactly what experience might you be referring to?
I've even heard rumors of her daring exploits myself.
Funny
She's
that no one
known
knows.
as the Purple Lightning. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Wait. Purple lightning?
I knew it.
I do it.
If you two have heard of it, it must be a household name among martial artists.
That's right. Though I've just heard it in passing.
Ah, that young ace of the Erebonian Bracer Guild, and one of the Empire's most famous bracers.
Ah, so she was the former strongest bracer.
She has a history full of brave feats and dangerous deeds. She was even the youngest bracer to achieve A-rank status.
But she was a Jaeger, not a bracer.
Back then, she was known as the Purple Lightning. Now, you know her simply as your homeroom teacher.
There, Sarah. They spilled the beans.